It's time for the Mohney Show. High atop the third story of the historic Gibson House overlooking beautiful downtown Centralia. The star of the show, Steve Mohney.
Yes. And welcome to the summer edition of the Mohney Show. Paul Walker is with me.
Good day, Steve. Good day.
I was hoping something was going to come out. Wow.
Took me a while to, organize that whole thing, and you just dropped your pen there.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, it just rolled right off.
Yeah, well,
what do you care?
There's a lot of pins on this
Good thing you
ashtray
have
right
some
here.
extras there. So.
I've got some extras, and we use them once in a while.
Yeah, well, you write down stuff. I don't know what you write down over there.
I write down all kinds of different notes that I might want to talk about. You never know.
Yeah, you know what he writes down, folks?
What's that?
Remember to stop by and get some cheese. I need cheese tonight.
Either that or the bread store.
Yeah, to get your monthly allotment.
Yeah, I've been doing pretty good. Back when was that? It was late last year, wasn't it, or was it in the fall?
I don't know.
It was when I won free bread for a year from the Franz bread store.
Yeah.
It's been pretty cool.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
It's a lot of toast.
It's a lot of toast.
Yeah.
Hold on. Sharona is with us right now.
Yes.
Sharona.
Yeah.
Give it up for the time.
Hey, let's not talk about those lyrics on this broadcast.
I'm talking about
yes.
touching breadsticks, okay?
Yes,
that's a prize I can get into.
Oh.
Yeah.
Those are...
It's always good to touch a stick.
It is. Oh, my little pretty woman. Pretty one. Anyway.
Okay.
So you want breadsticks?
I don't discriminate usually between bread types. I enjoy a good bagel. I like a good breadstick.
Well, they've got breadsticks over there sometimes. If you want me to pick some up, I'll... Put them in the oven and put a little bit of butter on there and some of the garlic stuff and just,
I haven't decided. Do you remember the old hard breadstick?
Yeah.
Do we like those or not? It was like a rolled up crackers.
Well,
basically what it
there's
was.
not a lot of
What
taste
is
to it. I will say that. But
That's
you know
true.
what? I do like them.
Why?
I don't know. They're kind of
because you pretend
crunchy.
it's like a cigar?
Yeah,
as a kid, we used to, hey, look.
Yeah,
I've got a cigar. It's
Yeah.
a breadstick.
That was fun. I don't know. I just think it's a food that's fun to play with.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure you used them as drumsticks.
I did. Broke a lot of them too.
Oh, yeah.
Just busting them up. And, I always thought if you went into a restaurant, like, a pizza place or something like that, and they were already on the table, it's like, how many people have screwed around with these things before we just picked them up and went, and then you're eating them. And it was back in the day when, who cares?
Back in the day where, again, you kind of exposed yourself and oddly built up an immune system.
No, I'm all about the exposing myself.
Well,
don't want to go there.
No.
Anyway, we've got a lot of stuff going on. We've had a lot of stuff going on. Kids are out of school. They got out, the majority of them, I think, on Friday the 14th. And then it was birthday weekend at our house. We'll touch base on that, more in just a few minutes here. Winlock Egg Days. Man, I think it was hailing out there during the parade.
It could have been, yeah.
It hailed at my house several times.
It was a little off and on Saturday. It was pretty rough.
But Sharona, do we usually get hail in June? Is this normal?
I believe this is what we call January.
January.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know about hail specifically, but we have had weird weather.
I think
some thunderstorms.
I think it's going to straighten out towards the end of the week.
Well, it's starting to straighten out right now.
Yeah, it's nice outside. One thing that I did want to talk about, another big event coming up this weekend on Saturday. It's the first car and BMX show. What do you think about that, Paul? Cars and bikes.
Okay.
Yeah, don't ride your bike around my car.
I got, like I told you, I got a big 3-wheeler with a basket, and I got training wheels on that just to be safe.
Well, that's a nice thought. How many baskets do you have on it?
Hey. I got one in the front and a big one in between the big wheels there.
Do you
a hitch?
Do you DoorDash with that thing?
Well, I don't dash. I don't dash anywhere at this point.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a couple of gallons of milk and some ice cream.
In fact, my new business idea is not really taken off. It's called Door Amble. I just kind of amble So it takes me a while to get you your food.
So not a lot of tips.
Tends to be a little cold, or if you've
or
ordered
warm
ice cream, it's all melted by the time I amble up to your. Just hasn't taken off like I thought it would.
Knock on the door, try and deliver it, and it's like, Ethel, did you order something?
Yes.
It's melted all over the place. Yeah, there's this really foul guy out here screaming at me about some damn ice cream.
Why would you order this through Door Amble? Doesn't
all right.
the name tip you off
Door Amble. Anyway, we're back to this. I'm putting my glasses on.
Torn, Sharona. Do I go with Door Mosey or Door Amble?
Door Mosey.
Door Crawl?
I like Door Crawl.
I don't crawl.
No?
That's too far.
Okay. All right.
That kind of alludes to the Tower Crawl.
Yeah.
June 22nd, that's this coming Saturday at the Veterans Memorial Museum in Chehalis. It's going to be a great time. Car and BMX bike show. I've got one of these cool bikes back to the 70s. I think it's like a 69 or a 70 lemon peeler. It's not actually my bike. It's my son's bike, but maybe I'll take it by. It's 5-speed gear shift.
Yeah, I know.
They outlawed those things in the early 70s.
Why is that?
Too many people got hurt, I guess. Too many injuries.
Oh.
Falling on the gear shift,
falling on the gear shift.
I guess so.
Okay. Maybe they should have put it up and to the side or something, like a 5 on the tree.
A 5 on the tree. I had one of those bikes and it was fantastic. Okay, let's move on here.
Well,
yeah.
Last week I mentioned the trophies, and you asked me about them, and I wasn't totally sure. I am looking at a photo of them right now.
Oh, you are? Can you post the photo?
I can.
Okay.
And there's probably like 20 trophies here, half for cars, half for BMX.
Okay.
And they are big, like Alderson's trophies. Like, this is serious.
Yeah, there's a lot going on, and I had the pleasure to catch up with Chip from the Veterans Museum here earlier today. So we're going to go to Chip right now, and he's got all the information about this, but it is going to be a whole lot of fun coming up on Saturday. So here's Chip. Okay, we're with Chip here at the Veterans Memorial Museum. I'm behind the camera. It's the Mohney Show, and Chip's going to tell us about the festivities happening on Saturday. Go ahead, Chip.
Yep, so this Saturday we're going to have our first annual Lewis Autism Coalition car show and BMX show. We're going to have here at the museum. We've got food trucks, we've got raffle prizes, we've got a vintage BMX giveaway. It's worth over $1,000, custom made by Builds by Bishop. We've got pinup girls, and we're going to have a BMX show. If you're a kid and you got a BMX or a 10-speed or something that you want to show, it's free entry for you, man. You can just come on in. You'll be situated over there by the F-105. Then we're going to have all the cars out and trucks and motorcycles out here out front. It's $20 entry for those, for the adults. Free to the public, of course. And we got a lot of prizes. We got a lot of trophies to give away. We've got, again, just all kinds of stuff going on down. All of the funds, not a single penny goes to the museum. All of the funds raised go right to the Lewis County Autism Coalition. They do great work for our neurodivergent community here in Lewis County. So come on down, support them, buy raffle tickets, enter your car, bring your BMX bike, bring your kid on down. Let's make it a great weekend.
So let me ask you one question. I'm behind the camera again. It's with Mohney here. If I have a 1971 Schwinn lemon peeler, it's welcome.
Absolutely.
Nice.
But you're going to need to write it in.
That's not going to happen. Thank you, Chip.
Absolutely. We'll see you on Saturday.
It's going to be a good time this coming Saturday at the Veterans Memorial Museum. And somebody said, actually online, because we were talking about redoing the Camaro online, and they thought, hey, maybe you can bring the car down and we can all see it. I'm not sure if it's quite ready for that, but after we take a break, we are going to come back and get the debut of a project that went. I don't know if it went horribly wrong, but it went horribly long. There you go. That's coming up next here on the Mohney Show. Summer driving is here, and it's time to hit the open road and explore. Get the tires you need and save money with the Summer USA promotion from Cooper Tires and available right now at Point S Centralia OK Tire. Get up to a $100 rebate on Cobra Instinct, Discover Road and Trail ATV, or the Discover Rugged Trex with the purchase of 4 qualifying tires. See Centralia OK Tire for Cooper rebate details. Point S Centralia OK Tire also gives you peace of mind with a warranty good at over 200 locations. The Cooper Tire Summer USA promotion is on right now at Point S Centralia OK Tire on Harrison Avenue in Centralia. And we're back here on the Mohney Show. Paul, it was some kind of a Saturday. The weather was crazy, but it didn't seem to matter. And it was my son Steven's birthday on the 15th. It was Aaron's birthday on the 16th. And we had a barbecue at the house, and it was the debut of the 1970 Camaro. Finally, after all these years, all the people that helped with this project. And honestly, I can't believe I finished it.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's done.
Look at me. It's 98% done.
Okay.
It's still got a couple of things. I mean, there's just a few odds and ends that I have to take.
Is it ever really 100% done?
Probably not. Yeah. But it turned out great. We had a nice group of people, a bunch of family and friends that came over to not only wish Stephen happy birthday. It was his 33rd birthday. He got this thing when he was 15, but I did finish the car project, so that's nice. Anyway, we got some pretty good tape of that. The whole ordeal, the whole fun, time on Saturday. So let's go ahead and take a look at that right now. Welcome to the Mohney Show. As promised, and it only took like right around 18 years, we're revealing the 1970 SS Camaro that I've been working on since my oldest son was 15 and a half. So better late than never. But we're doing the reveal today, and we're doing it even as it rains here in the Pacific Northwest. So we've got folks here. We've got the birthday going. And say hi, everybody. Hi. Come on. Hi! Okay, here we go. We're going to do the reveal right now. Okay, backwards. We're counting backwards from 3. 3, 2, 1. Open that door! Here we go. Bring it out. Happy birthday, Steven! Okay, so this thing took a long time to put together. It's basically completely brand new, so I see my son shut the trunk, so we can't show you that. But let's go over here. Come on around the front here. There we go, engine. Brand new, that's the 300 horse 350 that it came with. And a lot of the different parts on this thing are actually stuff that we saved. So this is an original for, the car came out with. And we're going to tell him to... There we go. Everything under here is like brand new, even that nifty buzzer. It took many people, thanks to Don Martinson, because he's the guy that painted the car, and he's the guy that facilitated most of the whole project, and just everybody that was involved in this whole thing. Okay, so I want to show you some of the stuff that we did. These are the stock wheels that came with the car. That was what you got if you ordered the Super Sport back in 1970, and those were rusty, foul. Had them stripped down, and then I went ahead and painted those, so they're not powder coated. The frame's been powder coated inside here. That happened back in like 07. So the complete frame and the upper A-arms and all that stuff. That was done. Then it sat and sat. You know how that goes. And then it went to the body shop, and then it came home from the body shop. But original fenders, original hood, upper and lower valence panel, that's all original. Does have an aftermarket bumper on it. The other one was too far gone. Inside, partly original and partly not. So the console was rebuilt. That's the stock steering wheel in there. And anybody that knows the 70 Camaro, that was a 1 year only steering wheel. So good luck finding those. But yeah, we used the seats. We basically just cleaned up the seats, redid the entire interior. Everything was gutted. Everything was taken down to bare metal. Headliner, courtesy of Don Martinson, came over and put that in for us. Not done with the door panels yet because they're custom door panels. They're the Super Sport Deluxe interior. And again, it was a 1 year deal, so they're really, really expensive to restore. So we're still doing that. All new suspension, all new exhaust. I'm trying to think of one part of this car that wasn't gone through, and that's pretty much impossible. This thing was like a Hulk when we drove it, towed it home. We found it on Jackson Highway in a field in what was it? Blackberry bushes. So come on to the back here. All taken back to stock, new trunk. Everything was done back here as far as trunk floor. Rear section was all rotted away. New quarter panels. And of course it's the Super Sport, so it's got the 12 volt posi 1 year only. And we went ahead and put a small spoiler on it. It didn't come with one of those, but we did put the small spoiler on it. Black in the back. It is a Super Sport. It's not a 396 car. It's an SS 350 car. But we went ahead and we put the black on the back anyway, on the tail section. Original license plate, believe it or not. I don't know if we can use it or not, but it still has the 1970 tab on it. That's not a reproduction. We didn't get that or anything. I peeled them off, I think it was last licensed in 1999. So that was pretty cool. The back window trim, still in the house. We'll put that on. And again, yeah, we're still waiting for some door panels, but all in all, it turned out pretty good. Whole underneath of it's like nice and painted up and brand new. And let's, where'd the birthday boy go? Okay, so the birthday boy is with us here. If you don't know, this is my oldest son, Steven. And Steven turns 33 today. We got the car when you were, what, 15 and a half, I believe.
Yep, out of a field.
Out of a field. And the boys kept telling me about this Camaro that was in a field that they wanted. And I said, oh, God, you know, I mean, I just really didn't want to do a project, or for that matter, a second generation Camaro. I figured it was like a mid-70s or something like that. So finally, we went over and we caught the back section here. And this is the first thing that we saw. I'll walk you over here. We saw, and as the Camaro guys know, we saw the round taillights. That was like, this could be interesting. And then, as I walked down the side of the car, it was partially covered with blackberry bushes. We saw the SS's on the front fender, and I thought, we might have to save this one. So we did buy the car. Brent McKinnell sold us the car and said, hey, is it going to be a father-son project? Because I'm not going to sell it to you if you're just going to turn it. I said, absolutely. So Brent, we finished the car, right?
Yeah.
All these years later. Steven turns 33 today. And I guess one of the things, if he would have got it in high school, would it still be here? Because, you know, you might have...
A lot of people crash the car.
Yeah, a lot of people... If you drove your car like I drove my Cuda when I was in high school, it probably wouldn't be here. So how do you feel? Can you believe it's done?
No.
I can't believe it either. Man, anybody that looks to restore a car with as much work as this took, I mean, it was taken down to rotisserie. It is a monumental task, and you can't. I learned this the hard way. You can't go, yeah, I'm going to fix it, and then sit on your ass and do nothing. You have to dedicate every spare minute to coming out and at least doing something on it. I mean, I was out here till 1 o'clock finishing up stuff last night. We're not quite done. We do have some stuff. We got to get it lined up. The front end's not lined up yet. We have a little bit of the brakes aren't quite bled, but this summer, get up here and talk. And what are you gonna do? You gonna hit some car shows?
Oh, I'd like to go to some car shows. One of my friends has a GTO, so
Reed.
It's a car that he got from his family. So we'd like to go to some car shows. Maybe trailer it up to a car show behind the Hummer.
Yeah, that'd be good. So this is Reed Zaccotti. They've been friends since they were in preschool together, I believe.
Kindergarten, something like that. Yeah.
So Reed, tell us what you have. Your GTO.
Oh dear. Well, it's actually my in-laws, but I get the enjoyment of driving it. But it's a 70 GTO,
and it's a good one. It's obviously it's a GTO. Yeah. It's the forest green.
Yeah.
And
400 in it.
Absolutely beautiful. So I figured the two of these guys are probably going to have a pretty good time with their cars, and I'm hoping to get out too. So you got the red one out there in the front yard. Had that one forever, and. Then I'll have more time to work on some of my projects as well. So Reed, what do you think? Did you think we were ever going to finish this thing?
No, I actually didn't. I love it. It's beautiful.
Thanks for the vote of confidence. We are celebrating here at the Mohney house today. Steven's birthday. Again, he turns 33. We're waiting for my middle boy to show up, Aaron Sean. He'll be 30 tomorrow. So 15th and the 16th, but congratulations, you're the new owner of your 70 Camaro finally.
Yeah.
And I was going to ask Lindsay about this, but she took off. So how do you think Lindsay feels about this thing being in her garage for I don't know till you're 70?
Well, I think does it really matter?
Exactly. Does it really matter? Now, we had a fantastic time working on this, and thanks to everybody that helped me. In the final stages, I had a lot of guys, State Avenue at Auto and Muffler. I took the manifolds down there. Those guys sandblasted them. Daryl over at the Muffler Man helped out a lot. Of course, Don Martinson, I can't say enough. He's my pal. He's the guy that fixed all the body work on it from the previous guy, and then painted it and delivered it back over here. It was 4 years ago that we put it in the garage, and I started working on it, but I wasn't quite sure. So it took a lot of there was a kind of a learning curve in trying to figure out how the hell's a dash go back together. But I will say that I can do them all now. So it was a fun journey, but I'm glad it's over.
How many visits to a Wilson Napa Auto Store?
Yes, by the way, thanks to Dave down at Wilson's Napa Auto Parts, because, man, there were some parts that I had to, get for this thing that I needed immediately, and those guys actually had them in stock. I would walk in there and say, hey, we're talking about a 70 Camaro, and the guys behind the counter, oh, what? And they would have these parts. And so it was just a couple of days ago that I went down there and got a temperature sender, and I could not believe that they actually had this in the building. So that's my shout out to Napa for helping out. I mean, for a long time, and of course Dave Wilson as well. We're going to go to the barbecue. We'll give you another update here in a few minutes at the Mohney party. But thanks to my producer for taking time out of her day today. What's your name today? How about Lovely Rita? Lovely Rita. Thank you, and thanks for bringing the kids. Kids are right over there. Yeah, there's Owen right there. Where's Hank at?
Who knows?
Hank around here? Anyway, thank you, and we'll turn it. We'll head back to the studio here in just a couple of minutes. It was a great time at the Mohney's this past Saturday, and man, I can't wait to officially get the car out of the garage, Paul.
It's not officially out yet?
It's not officially out because I've got those odds and ends. So it's coming up here real shortly, and it'll be out, and then I can clean my garage out. You probably saw from the video that was taken, I have one of the, I wouldn't say it's a dirty garage, but it's a full garage. There's so much stuff in that garage.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's like, I might use that. I mean, Sharono, do you have a garage like that, or?
Oh man, you don't even want to get started on our garage with all the train stuff and whatever.
Okay, so you've got train set up in your garage.
My big moment from Saturday, not big moment, but I was laughing. You probably didn't see it in the video because I think I played it off pretty well, but I was trying to stand under that awning on the camper, and like right in the middle of you guys unveiling it, the awning just gave loose and water went all down the front of me between me and the camera.
I'm sorry. You know, there was not really a great time to do that. I thought, well, maybe we can get it in between showers, but as it turned out, everybody was kind of ready, you know, for the unveiling. And then this guy walked up to the garage. I think the motor burned out on my garage door opener quite a while back, and it's, you know, just opening things up manually. But it was sure a good time, and a lot of folks helped out with the project. I'd like to again thank Don Martinson, one of my dearest friends in the world. Don restores first and second generation Camaros. He's over in Colville. If you have any questions about Don, he's the guy. If you have a project car and it's a cool one, you know, Camaro, Chevelle, something like that, he's the guy to have work on it because he's actually honest. Whoa! It's amazing. So thanks to my other brother, I guess you could say, Don Martinson. Without him, this project would not have been possible. Of course, Biscay's Classic Chevy. I feel like I live out there. A lot of parts came from that place. You know, when you're in this hobby, you have to order so much from, you know, places that specialize in this.
Yeah.
So it's like, different vendors. So it's really nice that you have Biscay's Classic Chevy out in, out on Highway 99. Because you can go out and pick up a part without having to, wait for it to come in the mail from like Classic Industries or whatever. So, yeah, thanks to Jeffrey out there and the Muffler Man, Daryl over there. We thanked him earlier. Brent McKinnell is the guy that sold me the car all those years ago. And I don't think that he thought that we'd ever finish it either. So we got to tell him that it's actually done. It was a fun project, but, yeah, grueling at times. So thanks to everybody involved. And it's,
You didn't thank me.
I'd like to thank Paul Walker. Paul rolled his eyes every time I talked about it and offered so much valuable information.
No, I think the thanks should be this, that I did not participate in this because that would have extended the project.
Okay, so Paul and I have something in common. Okay, so this would be like if I was trying to play football or baseball or something like that. It's a shipwreck.
Yeah.
Okay, Paul's a sports guy. Paul, I mean, he knows everything there is about sports. You're right.
I know.
Yeah, you know a lot of stuff. Okay, so that'd be like me doing sports, Paul working on a car.
Yes.
Yeah. Is this the battery? No, Paul. That's the fan belt. Okay.
All
right. That's what it looks like.
Word for it.
See, exactly. Doesn't have any interest in that.
Someone said look for the battery. I was looking for
He pulled out a couple of D batteries. I said, no, that's not going to do it. So anyway, it was a good time, and we thank everybody involved. Certainly not you. Let's take a break, and we'll have final thoughts on the Mohney Show right after this. At Tyler Rental, quality equipment and helpful counter pros save you costly delays. For projects big and small, Tyler has Genie man lifts and forklifts, Deere excavators, welders, and generators, plus new tools from Steel, Milwaukee, and Hilti. While you're in the store, shop for hard hats, safety glasses, gloves, hearing protection, and much more. Contractors and homeowners depend on Tyler Rental for selection and well-maintained equipment to avoid downtime. Tyler Rental, 153 Hamilton Road, south of Chehalis. The real estate market is changing, and John L. Scott can answer your questions with a free market analysis. If you're a homeowner, it's really important to get a current market analysis.
It only takes a few minutes of your time and contains valuable information about your biggest investment. This might be the year to make a move and take advantage of this market. For your free market analysis, see Laura Lee today at John L. Scott, 900 West Main in Centralia.
And the Mohney Show is back. It's the summer edition of the Mohney Show, Paul.
Yes.
Even though it's not summer yet.
When is the first?
Summer takes place, I do believe, right... Let's see. So on the 20th. So in 2 days, it's the official start of summer.
All right.
But on the 18th is when we're taping the show today. I'd like to wish somebody a happy birthday.
Yeah, who's that?
James Paul McCartney.
Ooh.
Paul's having his 82nd birthday today. Wow. And let's do the math here, I guess. So born June 18th, 1942.
Yeah.
And let's see. So Ringo was the oldest. John was second oldest. Paul and then George was the baby of the bunch.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
I wouldn't have guessed Ringo was the oldest.
Yeah, Ringo's July of 1940, and then John was October 9th, 1940.
Okay. Okay.
John had a sharper tongue, though.
So John Lennon was born on October 9th.
Yes.
I was born on October 10th.
That's right.
But I share my birthday with another classic singer.
I know you
of
do.
all times. Do you know who that is?
I can't remember. Roberta Flack?
Tanya Tucker.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, Steve, how you doing? Two sparrows in a hurricane. You know what I mean?
Oh, man. Whoa. Have a Pall Mall.
Exactly.
Wow. I share my birthday with Jerry Mathers.
Oh, the Beaver.
The Beaver.
All right.
And Charlie Watts of the Rolling Stones as well. So
wow, that's
now
the Beaver to watch.
Yeah,
okay.
it's a wide variety there.
Yes.
It's a big amount.
Yes.
So speaking of Paul McCartney,
yes,
and we're going to debut a segment that we're going to do once in a while. We're going to talk about it, but at the end of each month, we're really going to get into this thing.
Yeah.
And it's a segment called
What Makes Us Mad?
What Makes Us Mad? So I'm reaching way back here.
All right.
And I don't know if it was.
We're going to make our list.
Yeah. So I'm not sure if it was just overlooking it or planned. I doubt if it was planned. But you know what makes me mad?
What's that?
Reaching back into my childhood and speaking of Paul McCartney, it makes me mad that I didn't go get to see Paul McCartney and Wings in the Kingdom back in 1976.
Yep, I got it right here.
Okay, you got that down?
Yep. Missing Wings at Kingdom.
June 10th of 1976.
76.
Yeah, June
right.
10th, 1976.
Yep, I got that.
You got that down there?
We got that. That's our first list right there.
I'm not
put SM. That means that's your thing. That
okay,
made me mad
yeah.
There, so.
And I'm not sure who was responsible for this. I was only 10. But I remember I knew it was coming up. I knew he was coming to town. First time that a Beatle had been to Seattle since 1966.
Yeah.
So it was 10 years after the Beatles were there. And those guys, I think, were the first band to play in the Kingdom. I think it was McCartney and Wings. And I think it was, I know the Eagles were really early on.
Okay.
In the Kingdom. So it was like McCartney, the Eagles, and then Led Zeppelin. I'm not sure. Yeah, it was huge because, they just opened up that big thing.
Yeah.
And if you were up in the 300 level during that first McCartney show, they had a couple of speakers down there, and then they were using I think they were using the regular stadium speakers. Yeah, batting right now, number 27. Yeah. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah. So it was kind of like that. The acoustics were awful.
Yeah.
But now,
they had the Radio Shack speakers.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
So Calvin went to the show.
Okay.
Calvin Taylor.
Uh-huh.
So I'm not sure if I should be kind of mad at him.
Yeah, I think you should.
Or mad at my parents for not organizing this.
Yeah. So we're gonna put
Cal in parentheses.
Parents.
Yeah, parents.
And Cal.
Cal Taylor. Okay. Sorry, Cal.
Yeah. Hey. Well,
sorry for this whole thing.
That's part of the wrath.
I know.
The wrath of Mohney.
So now, when do we find out what makes you mad?
Well, I'm going to debut my first one right now.
Oh, you are? Okay.
Yes, and you know very well what makes me mad. And
this is one. Oh, I can understand why you're mad about this.
Yeah. Yeah, and
I'm mad about something else with this subject. So go ahead.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
It makes me mad when I walk into the grocery store,
Mm-hmm.
down the cereal aisle.
Yeah. Oh, that one. That's what we're talking about.
Oh, yeah. Which one did you think?
I thought it was a different one. Go right ahead.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
You know, there's Fruit Loops.
Mm-hmm.
There's Pebbles.
Yeah.
There's Captain Crunch.
Oh, yeah.
And now all of a sudden, Kit Kat.
I know.
You know, these candies.
It's recognizable.
Sour Patch Kid cereal.
Yeah.
It makes me mad. Candy becoming cereal.
Well, they have a Reese's.
Ugh.
There's the Reese's cereal.
Yeah.
Oh,
never.
Sharona's got something to say about this.
Where does Oreo cereal fall in your list?
You know,
It falls at the bottom. It's awful.
How come
And
it's
it
awful?
makes me mad.
I know it makes you
stay
mad.
on
It's
the
on
cookie shelf.
It's
I don't need you in the cereal.
it's what makes
You see Fruit Loops over there next to, you know, Oreos and Nutter Butters. By the way, Nutter Butters got a freaking cereal too.
I know. I'm completely confused because I don't know if we're talking about cereal or candy bars. And that's what makes me mad.
Cookies that turn into, in fact, think about this.
Okay.
Cookie Crisp.
Wait, so are we talking about a candy bar that turns into a cereal?
Candy and cookies that
Oh,
turn
candy
into
and cookies that turn into a cereal.
Turn into cereal. Let me think about this. Cookie Crisp.
Yeah.
That's the cereal, right?
I think so.
Yeah. Have you ever seen a Cookie Crisp cookie?
No.
Exactly. Because they know where their lane is.
They do.
So that makes me mad.
What about Cheetos cereal?
Gross. Well, you're on your own.
Yeah, you don't use milk on the Cheetos cereal. You pour beer on it. Yeah, give me a Busch Light.
That are
maybe
cereal.
not. That's somewhat.
Hot. Yeah, we're talking about. You're talking about
you
hot
can't,
Cheeto
yeah.
issue. Yeah,
you can't talk about that. Okay, so
those are the two that we have right now.
Okay. So your candy bar, your Reese's, your
candy
that
and
type of
cookies
stuff.
that are cereal. That makes me mad.
Did you want to do? Because I know this next one makes you. I guess we can't do two.
Yeah, sure we can.
Oh, you can?
Why not?
Okay.
It's whenever list comes up.
Okay, so Paul gets even more mad with the cereal situation when it's. Get it back here. Sharona, stand back. It's going to be explosive. When the cereal's in a sack.
Oh.
Hey, whoa. Settle down.
Oh, yeah. Cereal that comes in a bag.
Yep. A sack.
How does that not make anyone mad?
I don't know.
How are you okay with that?
The parents always said, buy the big bag of it right there. It's $3 cheaper. Well, it doesn't have a box.
It doesn't have a box. It doesn't have
prize.
a cartoon. There's no prize in it.
You can't read the box. How do you prop a bag up?
Exactly. How do you hold that there? You know what? I used to read the nutrition information and the ingredients.
Well, that was a big help,
I ran out of
wasn't
things
it?
to read. I just kept reading the box because I'm eating my cereal.
So you didn't take the box into the bathroom and read it, did you?
No.
That would be flagged if you did.
Yes,
that's like taking
be.
a big gigantic book at the bookstore, taking it in the bathroom, and then you bring it back out, put it back up on the shelf, and they say, no, you have to buy this book for $45 because it's been flagged.
It's been flagged, and
it's been read.
Kelly's has it all through their system, by the way, too.
Exactly.
So
okay, so that's what makes us mad.
Those are my two. Do you have another one for this month?
Not right now.
Not yet.
I got to think of something. I mean, there's so many things that make me mad, but I want to make it count. I'll give you one right now. I mean, and this is just one that I thought of the other day. Best Foods mayonnaise. Okay, yeah. It's not in a glass jar anymore. It's in a plastic jar. How the hell is it supposed to taste like it used to taste when it's in a plastic jar?
And it's like buying vodka in a plastic bottle.
Exactly.
It needs to be glass.
It needs to be glass. So, yeah, but I'm not sure if that's one that I really want to stick with because it only makes me marginally mad.
That's right. You know what makes me even madder?
Oh, what?
Speaking of margarine.
Yeah.
Margarine.
Oh, margarine.
Yes. My mother would always, she would buy a cube of butter for herself.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
And
then you kids would have some kind of a hydrogenated.
Yes. And my dad would get that too. Greg's.
Yeah.
Remember the
Greg's.
Yeah,
Hey, I'll tell you what. There's an acquired taste right there. Greg's isn't all that bad.
Yeah, well, you know what? We ate that. It took me years to even like butter.
Yeah.
I was never allowed to eat it.
No.
You stay away from that butter.
So it's what you want to do here.
Tillamook cheese, for some reason, was like gold to mother.
Oh, my God. I can't believe, this is unrehearsed right here, folks. My mother, I said, I got to about 15 years old. I said, tell me just one thing. Was there like a cheese moratorium at our house? That was the first one. Because you know what? She'd buy like a little thing of cheese, and it was like this long, that thick. Yeah. And we were not allowed to even touch the cheese.
No cheese.
Now, then we get over to the film moratorium. The pictures. Didn't you have enough money to buy a roll of film so you could take a couple of pictures? Yeah, that's a big deal. Boy, you got me all riled up. And then the other thing, back to Paul's margarine story. Yeah, you wouldn't want to eat butter that's natural. Why don't we go to a laboratory? Yeah, you know what? They just made a couple of your COVID in the laboratory. Hey, let's figure out a way you can make some margarine.
Yeah, hey,
put it on your toast, for crying out loud.
Put in some yellow food coloring and start lathering it on your toast.
I love the stuff that you put on a piece of bread, and you go to make a grilled cheese sandwich, and there's so much water in it that the bread is supposed to be toasted in the pan. It's just like.
My favorite is when Costco came around.
Yeah,
and you could get the Greg's. In the 5-gallon, whatever that thing was. Mm-hmm. And so Mom would have that. Mm-hmm. That was for us. Yeah. And then she'd have her 2 or 3 cubes of butter. Don't touch that. Mm-hmm. Don't.
Yeah. You got Greg's, man.
Oh, yeah. You got the Greg's.
Boy, what a show.
Yeah. Whew. Lots of stuff happening.
Well, there's a lot of stuff happening. Yeah. We've got a studio audience today, too.
Yeah. How about that?
Yeah, so we've got the kids are out of school, so they got out on the 14th.
Yeah,
and we've got Hank. That's Hank right there, isn't it? Yeah, he's part of our studio audience today. Okay, so
yeah,
I guess that's unless you have something else that makes you mad.
No, that, and we'll be going over that in detail next week. I'll have some pictures and some some props. And I hope that you have something more than just being disappointed and not I think you need to show some more anger about missing wings in 1976 as a 10-year-old.
Well, it traumatized me. What do you It traumatized me so much I went into radio. I'll show you guys. I came this close to talking to Paul. Hey, that's going to wrap up the almost summer edition of the Mohney Show. I don't even know. Should we wrap things up here?
I think so. Just again, lots of stuff happening. And of course, the big event over at the Veterans Museum.
Yeah, they're having their, it's the first ever car and BMX show. So that happens at the Veterans Museum, starts at 9:00 in the morning. So get down there early. And as Chip mentioned, nice. A lot of.
There won't be hail this week.
Don't even get me talk. You know what? That makes me mad.
I know you wanted me to put it on the list, but now you're thinking about it.
Well, I'll tell you what. I had my '67 Camaro sitting out in the front yard, and it's hailing. I thought it might be safe to bring it out of the garage in June, but was I wrong? Yeah. Okay. A lot of anger. Mohney's not usually that mad. Wait, that's not true, is it? Hey, that's going to do it for the Mohney Show this time around. We'll be back next week. Thanks for watching here on the Mohney Show.
You are your shining star, no matter who you are, shining bright to see that you can truly be. Oh, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Beatles.
Just